Yo-hooo! Hello and welcome to today's stream! I hope it's going great today! Welcome! I am still suffering a heat wave, but it is what it is. every day it is the same. Yo-hooo voices, yo-hooo music, welcome! Cada día es igual, cada día la ola de calor sigue. ¿Cuándo terminará? Pero tengo mi botellita de agua fresquita. I got my cold water bottle right here, and that's gonna help me get through that. So, welcome to another Paint Monday, where we're gonna be painting as many chibis as we can. Because last time I was only able to finish 3, and I think it's gonna be more or less the same today, because they are quite complex. Let's try to do as many as we can today. Vamos a intentar hacer cuantos más pueda hoy. La última vez fueron diseños un poco complicados, así que vamos a ver si se puede avanzar un poco más hoy, porque también los siguientes son bastante complicados. A ver qué tal van. Cold shower every day, it's the only way to survive. I'm not a fan of cold showers, but lately, even I am doing cold showers, because holy shit, it is way too hot to not have cold showers. El calor no me va a detener. The heat isn't gonna stop me from drawing. I have been drawing a lot, by the way. I've got another art fight attack on the works, so maybe I can finish it today, so tomorrow we can work on another one. There's only like 2 weeks left of art fight, which is gonna pass by in a flash. And there's still a lot of things that I want to draw, so I gotta try to make the most of the time that remains of art fight. Quedan como 2 semanitas de art fight solo, y quiero aprovechar aún para hacer unos cuantos dibujos que aún no he podido, así que toca aprovechar el máximo tiempo que queda, porque estas 2 semanas se van a pasar en nada. I think art fight should be longer than 1 month. A month is not enough. It's not enough. Maybe 2 months would get like too long. The same problem would end up happening. But it passes by so fast. Then we gotta wait until the next year for another art fight. No. Se pasa demasiado rápido el art fight. Luego hay que esperar al siguiente año para que haya otro art fight. Yo, welcome! How's it going? Welcome to the stream! By the way, as you may have seen right here in the chat, I released a visual novel the other day! Yippee! I kept this super secret until the release, by the way. I barely told anyone. I think I only told Lime, actually. Lime was the only person who knew about this. And I didn't even tell her what it was gonna be about. I've been trying to keep it super secret. Surprise! New visual novel released! It's now available on itch, and it can even be read on browser or mobile, I think. A friend tested it on mobile and it was readable in there, so it should be readable in mobile too. So yeah, it's very, very short, like 5 minutes long or so. Can be read in no time. The very, very short story that I did for Game Jam these past days. It was a very nice learning experience for Renpai. I've been trying to learn a lot more of Renpai, the visual novel engine that I'm using, and it's been a nice learning experience. That the werewolf? No, that's a lion. Yeah, it's a were-lion, I guess. Oh no, you sprained your knee! No, I hope it doesn't hurt much at least. Take good care. try not to force it too much. Wait, let me get the reference so I don't miss any details. There we go. I hope he looks lion-like enough. Espero que se vea suficientemente leonesco. Porque este señor se supone que es un león. It took a lot of time to decide on his design. It was quite a bit of a struggle. Because I'm not used to designing characters like this, but I did my best to envision the design that I imagined for him. It took a lot of sketches. Me tomó bastantes esbozos decidirme en el diseño de este señor, porque no estoy acostumbrada a hacer diseños así. Y quería intentar como representarlo lo más cercano a como lo imaginaba. Creo que quedó bastante bien. And it turned out pretty good in the end. Trying to get out of my comfort zone and be able to make POCs as I imagine them. A little bit of gradient in the... I guess it's hair and a mane at the same time. No, Joe! Take it easy. You just sit down or lie down. Do not walk. Do not walk until it heals. Take good care. You have to take good care of your ankle. No voy a tener excusa para dibujar de más. No pasa nada, encontraré otra excusa seguro. It's okay if art fight ends. I'll find another excuse to draw non-stop. My things to draw aren't gonna run out anytime soon, so don't worry. I've got a ton of things that I want to draw. I've been watching like video advice on like making fun merchandise and stuff like that. I wanna finally start trying to do that. It would be really cool. Something I should maybe have started doing earlier, but I could never find a moment for that because I was always working on something else, so I never did. But I think it's something that would be really, really cool. I really want to do that. But shadows over here. Here. I think I can detail this color then a little bit more. And make it a bit more like No, no me he enterado de nada de Kingdom Hearts. Me entero ahora, porque lo has dicho. Que empiece eso con juego cancelado ya dice mucho. Un poco triste, pero bueno, al menos así queda algo que se puede ver. At least that's a way to like have something that you can see, even if it's a cancelled game, I guess. Pero no me había enterado, no, a veces no me entero de estas cosas. No tomará tanto tiempo. Maybe it's not gonna take that long to finish. Let's try. Maybe we can do 4 characters. Ya podemos hacer 4 personajes. Degradado por aquí. Creo que los degradados, aparte de añadir muchos, son súper fáciles y simples de añadir. Y solo con eso ya puedo dar por terminadas muchas partes. Just by adding a gradient, you can say it a lot. A lot of this is finished already. Gradients are really simple to add. And they add a lot. Especially when it's like flat coloring like these. Quizá ponen cosas de eso en el Kingdom Hearts 4, eso podría ser. A veces cuando cancelan cosas así es como... Ah, quizás se puede reaprovechar esto en este otro juego. Quizá lo cancelaron para reaprovecharlo en el otro juego, quién sabe. Como no sé nada de Kingdom Hearts, no sabría decirlo. Yo solo sé que Kingdom Hearts es luz y que no sé qué oscuridad. Es todo lo que sé. Vamos a poner otro degradado en la cabeza. Un poco más... un poco más claro. Just a little bit lighter. Algún día. Tengo aún muchos juegos por acabar. Still have a lot of games to finish before I get into Kingdom Hearts. Maybe eventually. By the way, I continued playing a little bit of Hell Maiden off stream, but I'm super stuck at the second level. The second level is ruthless. It's a big jump in difficulty, so I still haven't been able to clear the second level with what I have been doing in it. I've just been like grinding some currency to be able to upgrade some more things. So maybe we can play it on stream again. Estaba pensando que como avancé un poquito de Hell Maiden fuera de stream, quizá podemos intentar hacer el segundo nivel en stream. Porque aún no me he pasado el segundo nivel. Tiene un salto de dificultad muy grande. Así que de momento aún lo tengo pendiente. Quizás lo podemos reintentar en stream. He aprendido a esquivar mejor los láseres, por cierto. I have learned to dodge the lasers a bit better, so that's an improvement. It's been so fun so far. I really recommend it. Recomiendo mucho el juego. Muy cool. Me he estado pasando muy bien jugándolo. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Pasó Yomi y el Toho. ¿Dónde quedó? Hace muchos años que no juego Toho. Perdón. Been a long time since I last played Toho. So I have lost my Toho abilities. He perdido un poco mis habilidades de esquivar balas. Un día podría volver a jugar Toho en stream, pero el problema es que mientras estoy esquivando balas es difícil hablar. Así que no es un juego que sea como lo más fácil de streamear. It's not the easiest game to stream, because while I'm dodging bullets, it's kinda hard to talk. But I did stream Double Spoiler a long time ago, so maybe we could do another session of that. It's been a while since the last time I played it. Maybe my Toho retraining arc, my Toho return arc is coming. We'll see. Yo, Rogetsu, welcome! How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I had to add the beans. Big cat is still a cat, and every cat needs beans. It's an essential part of being a cat. You need the beans. Here. Could be the hair. There we go. Sí, tengo que ponerme las pilas. No puedo dejar que me pierda la práctica. Me encantaría rejugar el Toho 11 en realidad. Es mi favorito y hace mucho tiempo que no lo juego. I would love to replay Toho 11 because that's my favorite Toho game. And I kind of miss playing it. I think it would be cool to replay it. Retraining, there are no trains in Toho. Wait, yeah. About that. The absence of trains in Kensokyo is very relative. Depends on the day, you could say. There are a lot of things in Toho. So many things. The world that I've always really liked. The world of Toho. The big inspiration for my own setting too. The World of Dreams. I can't deny that it has big Toho influence. Okay, we're actually almost done with this guy. All that's left is holding here. ¿Cuántos versus zombies de la PS2? Nice! Nunca lo he jugado, debo decir. I have to say, I've never played Plants vs. Zombies actually. I have to confess. Am I getting my gamer license revoked for that? I don't know, but I need to be honest. Ya me retiran la licencia gamer por esto, pero no, nunca he jugado Plantas vs Zombies. Hard to find something in the anime side that wasn't a bit influenced by Toho. That's true. A lot of things are influenced by Toho. It has left a lasting influence on a lot of indie media, especially. Just like Yumeniki has also inspired so many things. Even Undertale. Which is also influenced by Toho, if you think about it. Todo youtuber ha sacado un video cuando Plantas vs Zombies. Quizá no soy verdadera youtuber porque yo nunca he hecho uno. Maybe I'm not a true YouTuber until I release a video on Plants vs Zombies. Then I will be a real YouTuber once I do. It all loops back to Toho! Yes. I love Toho. I miss Toho. I still haven't played some of the newest games actually. Now that they are on Steam, they are a lot easier to get, but I haven't gotten any of them yet. I only got Double Spoiler, which is one of the spin-offs that I like the most. My chicken versus crocodile theory have my JoJo versus Toho, but Rogetsu, in a way, Toho is also JoJo. The creator of Toho is a big JoJo fan. He's a super big JoJo fan. So in the end it is... Well, if you think about it, chickens and crocodiles are also related. Maybe in the same way that JoJo and Toho are. So maybe it's not so inaccurate. Everything is either JoJo or Toho, which deep down all come from the same place. That reminds me, I gotta continue watching JoJo when I can. I'm halfway through part 5 right now, and it's been really fun. I've been seeing lately this JoJo character from the newest manga that has become like super viral. The guy that is like a stickman. John Grodd. Or something like that. I think I've never seen a JoJo character with as much aura as this guy, I have to say. Yeah, I watched more. So far, it's my favorite too. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the kind of slice of life vibes a bit. Also, the mystery with the whole, like the way that they solved. I don't want to spoil anything, you know, for anyone that hasn't watched it. But I enjoyed how the villain issue was solved. It was really interesting. There were some moments where I was like, how are they gonna get out of this one? How are they gonna do it? And it was just like insane watching everything develop. I feel that also the main cast is very lovable too. They are also silly. I'm enjoying part 5 too, but since I haven't finished watching it yet, I'll see if it surpasses 4 by the end of the season. So far 4 is still my favorite, but still fun. Lo único que sé de JoJo's... Ah, la cereza. Lero. Sí, no te preocupes por eso. Eso es de los momentos más normales de JoJo. That's one of the most normal moments of JoJo. You think about it. At least in terms of viral moments. There we go. Carried by the main characters, the side characters. Yeah, in part 4, everyone has their moments. And they all get like focus in like individual chapters. There were some episodes where the main character barely appeared. There was only like moments with the other characters, which is a nice balance with all the main cast. Save. Mal estamos. Hay cosas que solo pueden pasar en JoJo, ahí lo dejo. There are things that can only happen in JoJo. That's all that I have to say. There are truly things that can only happen in JoJo. Okay, let's add a little bit of light here. Yeah, it's just a tiny light, I think it works. Oh, hold on. What happened here? There we go. What I don't know how to do here is the highlights. I don't think this being like feathers is gonna be that amenable to highlights. Maybe if we do them in a different way. Let me try. What if instead of typical highlights we make it more... We make it more like... some separate highlights like these. Usually I make like a single strand like that. Here we can make it more of a separate spots. Fishing minigame Yomi! Yeah! The fishing minigame Yomi is from Man, I Love Terraria Fishing, one of my best games so far actually. According to public opinions, it's one of my best games so far. So, you guys wanna go fishing? You can try Man, I Love Terraria Fishing. Okay, I feel like this it looks close enough to the other highlights. It fits well with the more feather for like hair. Something more like these. Yokobinox, ¿qué tal? Muchas gracias por pasarte, pero no soy pequeña. Yo jamás he sido pequeña. Nunca. I have never been small. I've always been giant. I was born like this. The ones here on the side, I'm not so sure about them. Maybe we'll go without. Yeah. Well, let's just add some lines to denote different feathers. Because this is like a mix between feathers and hair. They would probably be like a feathered lion of sorts. It's always a cool concept. Meme del tipo que dice, hey, pequeña, no digas eso, eres perfecta. No me suena de nada ese meme. De alguna manera me siento ligeramente ofendida. By the way, I didn't put it today in the chat because I've got the announcement of the visual novel, but reminder that there's now an art server. If you want to keep up with my newest drawings and Lime and Lina's newest drawings, we made a server together for our art. You can keep up with everything that we make in there. La pregunta es quién no. Cierto. There's the link to the invite in the description. Yoko Chris, welcome! How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Aquí estoy acalorada, pero ya casi terminamos otro chibi. Bastante rápido en comparación con la semana pasada. Pretty fast in comparison with last week, actually. This didn't take us long. No ha tomado tanto tiempo. And all that's left is to paint the lines. With that, we'll be done. Oh, I forgot the shadows of the horn. Olvidé las sombras de los cuernos. Te saludo de la misma manera. No pasa nada, yo también saludo siempre a todo el mundo de la misma manera. Es parte de nuestra personalidad. Oh man. And now the line of the ears. Still keep finding little unpainted spots here and there. Ah. DeviantArt account? Yeah, I have one! I still have the very first DeviantArt account that I made, which was literally my first account for posting art that I ever made. It is mostly unused nowadays, I barely post anything other than adoptables, but it exists. Yeah. Let me see. Ooh, let me get it really quick. Again, I barely use it, but there it is. It's been it's been there for 18 years. This account has been around for a long time. Yoga Paper, welcome! Body Pain Monday was called Remain Monday, and at the end of time, it's just you. This got super existential all of a sudden. I enjoy that. Welcome to the stream! How's it going? Welcome! This color is barely noticeable. How are we gonna do this? Kind of like very purple. This maybe? Yeah. And DeviantArt has changed a lot along the years. I'm kinda sad because the website, it did not used to be so full of AI slop, which really sucks, so it really demotivates me from using the platform, honestly. I just use it for posting adoptables because it's one of the places where the biggest adoptable scene is. But aside from that, it's just like, I'd rather post my drawings, anything else, anywhere else. Times have changed. It does feel different. Also, if you want to like share art anywhere else, there's the art server that we've made with Lina and Lime. There's a channel for sharing art. If you want to share your art in there. It's been really fun seeing everyone's art. It's really wholesome experience, and it's warming my heart. There's a link to the invite in the description of the stream. I forgot to paint the gold. Just realized. Oh no, it's not the site, it's a Discord server. It's a Discord server that is linked in the description. We made an art server for sharing our art, and ¿cuántas personas somos? Unos cuantos ya. There's a bunch of people already in it, yeah. We decided to make a Discord server together for posting our art because posting art in social media nowadays, with the algorithms being as they are, it's absolutely miserable. So, just so people can see our posts this way, we decided to start this server so it could be easier to not miss a thing. Yeah. Important thing though, it's not a VTuber Discord server. The focus is not on VTubing, so it's not gonna be about our VTuber activities themselves. It's mainly about art. There's also a channel for like sharing tips and stuff. Also for sharing music for inspiration. Yo, Babaculo, ver, ¿qué tal? Bienvenida. Muchas gracias por suscribirte. Estoy hoy pintando mis personajes. El último día pude terminar 3. A ver cuántos puedo acabar hoy, porque a veces me toman mucho tiempo. ¿Qué tal? A ver... No me decido en el color para esto. Tiene que ser más oscuro. Igual tampoco hay ninguna obligación de compartir arte. Pero ya digo, es completamente opcional. Es también por si queréis estar al día con las cosas que hacemos. Porque también posteamos como, yo que sé, ahí posteé el nuevo juego que hice el otro día. Bueno, juego, la visual novel que saqué hace un par de días. Y cualquier cosa importante así respecto al arte que hacemos, ahí lo vamos a anunciar y tal. Es una buena manera de que no se pierda en el abismo de las redes sociales. Es más que nada para estar al día con eso. It's just a place so people can keep up with what we do without it being lost in the abyss of social media. Because nowadays, it is quite bad. Hoy en día la situación es bastante terrible con eso. Me he estado planteando justamente si entrar en alguna otra plataforma, por ejemplo Instagram. He escuchado bastante gente decir que no es un mal sitio para poder postear arte, pero a la vez también he escuchado gente decir que también tiene sus grandes desventajas, así que sí, como literal no hay una plataforma de red social que sea buena para arte. I've been wondering if I should, maybe for example, enter Instagram too, because I've heard it's very good for sharing art, but I've also heard that it's bad at the same time, so the opinions are mixed, and I don't know what to do. It's like there's no good social media for art. It's dire. At least no platform is perfect nowadays. No hay ninguna plataforma que sea como perfecta hoy en día. Todos malos ni uno bueno, literal. Literally all of them have some big disadvantage. Hey, more or less the metal is looking a bit better now. Let's add some more over here. Oh, nothing with social media, but from the little I know nowadays it's either Twitter or Reddit. I haven't been using Reddit that much, but I could now that you mention it. I know that there's a lot of communities where you can also post art that is relevant to the thing. For example, know that in the Genshin Reddit a lot of people post their art. Wow! Lete! I came here to say hello. Lete ha venido a saludar. Hola, Lete. Perdona que no te estaba dando atención. Aquí, Lete. Came here to eat a little bit. Ha venido a comer. Y a pedir atención, eso siempre. Yeah, now that you mentioned it, maybe Reddit is not so bad of an idea to also check out. These are never bad unless they are. All ideas have the possibility to be good. You never know. Todas las ideas tienen la posibilidad de ser buenas. Nunca se sabe. Let's make a darker red for these lines. We're also gonna use it for the rest of the slash over here. This shadow here. This one we can go with the lighter red, because it needs less contrast. We're actually almost done. Ya casi estamos en realidad. Ah. Okay, what is left? All that is left is adding the stars in the nails. Well, the claws. It was way faster than I thought it would be. Esto ha sido mucho más rápido de lo que esperaba. Creo que el otro día tardarme tanto con los chivis. A ver. Tengo el problema de que si hago zoom en la imagen, empiezo a ver todos mis errores. Y estoy como, no, tengo que arreglarlo todo. I think my problem is that if I zoom in, for any reason, I start seeing all the mistakes in the painting. The coloring has a lot of imperfections from close up. That don't really matter if you don't really look. But if you zoom in, you see all of them. And if I see all of them, I have to fix them. Si hago zoom las veo todas y siento el impulso de arreglarlas. Y eso hace que me tarde aún más. Y creo que la solución para ir más rápido es fingir que no veo nada. Ya me ha costado mucho menos. Ok. Vamos a pillar el patrón de estrellitas. Let's get the star pattern over here. Here. Vamos a llevar aquí. No se va a ver nada en realidad. We're not gonna see anything actually, but we can try moving them on purpose so they can be a bit visible. It's only the claws. And try to cheat a little bit like that. This one's over here. Ah. There we go. I think this should be enough. Con esto será suficiente. Tomamos esto. Copia y pega. Y anda. I think it was the... Wait. Was it the claws? Maybe it was not the claws. Maybe it was the tail and I made a very silly mistake. This is why I should not forget to open the list of characters. Quizá me he equivocado, ojo. Quizá era la cola lo que tenía el patrón de estrellas. Como es un personaje que no he dibujado tanto antes, me olvidan cositas. Vamos a comprobarlo. We're gonna go check really quick. Okay. Let me see the still list. Come on. is around the bottom of the list. And it was the tail. Indeed, it was the tail. It was not the claws. It was the tail. Indeed. What we're gonna do instead, I'm gonna redo these. I'm gonna delete the shadows here. Then we're gonna grab the same color as Thorn. Here's where we're gonna put all the stars. We're even gonna overlap both of them. So there's some more stars to see. There we go. Yokoterefe, welcome! I hope you've been doing well. How is it going? It's been some time. The challenge has continued on. And here we are, part 283. We've made some progress, but it's still not over. Let me also... I'm gonna put a bit of shadow here too, for the eyes. This way it gives a bit more volume to the eyes. Okay, that's mostly done. Eso ya casi está. There's some more final lines like these. Like for example, this one. Definitely a lot more visible now in the tail than in the claws, so a bit better than before. Sometimes the gifts end up being such tiny details that the stars are barely visible at all. Yoko Noah, welcome! How's it going? It's Pain Monday once again. Pain Monday never ends. But this time I'm working a bit faster than last time. Cuando lleguemos a base terminado 358. Wait, there's no referencia a Kingdom Hearts? Is it the Kingdom Hearts reference? Because of that title that has 358. There was one, right? Wasn't it 356? Like the number of days of the year? I don't know. Maybe there's 2 more days in the Kingdom Hearts calendar. I like Kingdom Hearts lore in my brain. Okay, finished. I think there's still some little details to fix. We're gonna fix that really quick. Try to fix this in the moment. Put here. Yeah, there's not much until 358, so we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there soon in this page. Yep. It's not 2 billion degrees anymore! Yippee! I hope that the temperature doesn't rise again. I hope that it stays like this and lowers bit by bit, because wow. Yay, happy Pain Monday! Good luck with the dailies! I hope you don't get Stone Vigil Heart. I hate Stone Vigil Heart. Worst dungeon in the game. What's finishing my game? Oh, let's go! 22nd of May! Hey, then it hasn't been that long! But that's a lot of work in such a short time. I hope that you can release it soon. And that the bugs don't torture you. Because bug fixing is one of the worst parts. Yo, Welfarius, welcome! How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Spanish Miku is real. Always has been. Did you guys know that Vocaloid technology was born in Spain? Miku has technically Spanish DNA. Specifically Catalan DNA. Le pregunto a Nomura. Yo no sé si Nomura sabe lo que hace, sinceramente. Creo que es de los que menos saben lo que está haciendo con sus juegos. Yo, Elia, welcome! Yeah, I do have a few for Ryoshi's. I'm not super used to drawing them, but I'm trying to get a bit better at it so I can draw my for Ryoshi's a bit better. Because I'm not very used to it. But yeah, this guy is one of them. It's one of the demons of the Ars Goetia because I made all of them. Because it was totally not a terrible idea to make 72 characters. That make you train. How can I say no to that? I cannot say no to that. Yeah, all my homies hate Stone Vigil hard. Funny thing, when I used to do roulettes with a friend of mine that didn't have a lot of dungeons unlocked, we always ended up in Stone Vigil hard. That's how my hatred of Stone Vigil hard started. We kept getting Stone Vigil hard all the time. I hate that dungeon so much. The second boss specifically. God, who designed that? Who designed that boss? Holy shit. I think the only dungeons that come close to it, not even Aurum Vale. Simmel Darkhold, maybe. Simmel Darkhold also sucks. But Stone Vigil Hard is the worst. Okay, let's update the OC count. 352. That was my rant on Final Fantasy XIV dungeons that I hate. There's not that many of them, but those two dungeons specifically, they suck. Cutter's Cry a little bit too. Cutter's Cry is also kinda eh. At least it has one fun final boss, but I don't like the layout of the dungeon. It kinda sucks. Yeah, I'm glad you like them. I'm really happy with a lot of the designs here. Now it's time. Time to work on Cameo. Let's go. There they are. Yeah, Little Hat. I really like actually. Or in Ori's design, there's some tiny details that I really like. For example, it's not visible here, but in the design, he's got constellation highlights. There's a lot of tiny star themes all over the design. Wait, let me actually fix the cape a bit. Wait, what? En Final Fantasy 3 si te gana el jefe final te tienes que hacer toda la dungeon camino jefe final entero. Dios, qué horrible. Eso suena muy horrible. Algún día tengo que jugar al 3, pero eso suena muy terrible. Also, Oria's outfit is a bit inspired on the Scholasticate code from Final Fantasy XIV. There's a little bit of that. Yo, Kairi, welcome! How's it going? Welcome to the stream. The crystals don't exist anymore, that's true, they removed them! That boss that you had to like move to the crystals, I think now it's different, right? You don't have to go to the crystals anymore. I guess the NPCs weren't smart enough to do those mechanics. They were like, nah, we're just gonna change them. It's like they removed the water from Shisui of the Violet Tides. There's no longer water because the NPCs weren't smart enough to deal with that. It's all because of the trust NPCs. They are destroying our dungeons. They also removed the funny transformation in Drowned City of Scala. It was all because of the NPCs. I'm glad you like the designs. I'm really happy with a lot of the designs in this page, honestly. In its entire list, actually. I think it has some of my favorite designs overall. It's been really fun to design all the demons. Maybe it was not the best idea in terms of, you know, character logistics. Like, now I have 72 more OCs than I would have otherwise. But I don't regret it. I can't say I regret it, because I like them a lot, and now they are part of the lore, so I cannot get rid of them anymore. Okay, let's go! Yokomichi! Yoko Ernest! Welcome! ¿Qué tal estáis? Welcome to the stream! Es verdad, España ganó. La gente estaba muy ruidosa ayer por la noche. Yo no soy de fútbol, así que felicidades a quien lo celebre. Yo estoy un poco aquí de... oh, déjenme en paz. Dejad de tocar bubuzuelas, por favor. Quedé muy harta ayer, pero bueno, ya está. Ya no va a haber más ruido. I'm honestly not much of a football fan, so yesterday for me it was mostly everyone's so noisy outside. There were like people with trumpets and screaming like, dude! I was like, oh, enough! No more! I just want to chill here. But congrats to the people who celebrate. Now we have the custody of Hatsune Miku, which we kind of already had because Hatsune Miku, the technology to create her is from Spain, actually. Fun fact. It was developed in cooperation with the university in Barcelona, by the way. So technically, a little bit Spanish already. Specifically Catalan, so yay! Yomi Gardenia hates sports. She hates worlds and she hates cups. Evil Yomi Gardenia is a hater. It's nice for like people who enjoy it. So good for everyone who enjoys it. Like, hey, celebrate away. Something to be happy about. Even if it's not my thing. The amount of worlds Yomi has. I'm not sure this is right. I hate worlds, but not my worlds. I only have like a couple worlds actually, like fully developed. I do have some other standalone games from individual worlds, which I haven't developed much, but I'm trying to keep everything mostly to the same two worlds. It's hard. I keep getting more ideas that wouldn't fit in those worlds, so I have to restrain myself every time. It's hard. The ideas keep coming. ¿Cómo que no somos de fútbol? Yo miro ese juego donde agarran la pelota y la rebotan hasta una canasta. Wait, ¿cuál juego? What? ¿De cuál juego hablas? Ahora me perdí. No sé qué ocurrió en el partido de ayer, pero mira, bien por Españita, supongo. Miku is back home. Exactly. Miku is now back home. She's visiting for the summer. shadow. Y suena más a basket eso, pero siento que me falta contexto a la vez. I did used to have a bunch of different worlds actually initially. Like, it was a mess because I tried to group all my stories depending on like the settings and all that, and tried to put them in an orderly way in terms of worlds. Like, okay, these two stories have a similar setting, they are gonna be in the same world and all that. But it was, I don't know, it didn't fit quite right together. Like, I couldn't make it work universe-wise. Because I like when everything is sort of tied together. And I wanted everything to be tied together universe-wise too. Hey. Realized. Painted spot there. And then I decided to make a lot of these different worlds, just different times in the same world. You know, time keeps passing and the world can keep changing along the years, so it doesn't have to stay exactly the same all the time. Now the problem is that I do have like a fantasy world, but not all the fantasy stories that I think about fit in there. So that's the biggest issue now when it comes to new story ideas that I get. It's harder to fit fantasy worlds. No problem, Michi! These characters specifically, they are from Dreaming World. They were the very first people in the world, so when God was traveling around the world and met these first people of the world, he gave them all some gifts. Each of them has a special gift with powers. And now each of them is like the, let's say, ruler boss of different zones of the Dreaming World. I feel like it's a lot easier to plan like that. If you write confidently enough, no one will bat an eye. That's true! Like, in the end you can make whatever you want in a fantasy story. You can make everything fit together if you say, yes, this works like this in this world. When people do that in stories, I'm like, okay, I believe it most of the time. It has to make sense in my brain. But maybe even if it doesn't make full sense in my brain, if I tell other people that this works like this, they are gonna believe it. Because it's, you know, it's a made-up world, it can be whatever. What's your gift? Self-love is important after all. I don't have any gifts. I wasn't one of the first people of the world, so I didn't get any gift. For example, this character, Camille, has a very big library. In that big library, there's like stored all the languages that have ever existed in the world. And they know all of them. They can speak all the languages. Even made up ones that people made like just for fun. This is the boss of the Duolingo dimension. My gift is still with Santa, but he's late. Maybe this year or one year he will remember. Silly Santa has to deliver so many gifts every year. No wonder that he forgets some of them. Gotta check what the gift was. I think it was the scroll, but I'm not sure actually. Oh yeah, it was the scroll. Scroll over here. Okay, so that means that the scroll should actually be a different color. Let's do that. ¿También conoce esos lenguajes raros que ponen humor en sus juegos? ¿Ya? Los conocería, sí. You would... Let's see... I think I'll put only this color here. What? Oh, wait, what? I see it in a different layer. Just realized. Why is it in a different layer? Okay, I think this can look pretty cool later with the starry pattern. Creo que esto se va a ver bastante cool con el patrón de estrellas. Okay. Let's put some more gradient in the hair. The library that this character has is also kind of linked to a library that has all the books in the world. Biggest library of Dream World. I want to add a lot of like liminal spaces to the dream world. I know it's a word that has been very overused, but I can't help it. I like liminal spaces. I'm not gonna deny that. It's something that I really want to add to my settings. The dreaming world is it's a weird place. Definitely the world that I want to develop the most. Okay, over here. Now inside the hair. I'll put this blue inside the hair. I don't know if I should put it here or maybe here lower. Might fit a bit better here for contrast with the outfit. Let's go with that. Oh, let's not forget also Right? I'm gonna add some more shadow here in the eye though. The bad part of having all this world building is that I'm really not sure if it's gonna show up in stories entirely. There's probably a lot of things that are just gonna be mentioned in passing because there's no way I can focus on everything. But I think it's cool to be able to have a fully developed world that I can just like explore bit by bit. I think it also adds more the like to know that the world doesn't end in the part that the story shows. There's always a little bit more of it. Makes it feel a little bit more real to know there's more outside of the limits of the story. Even if the story doesn't allow going outside those limits. With the Elden Ring way, put the lore in random item descriptions and the like. That's gonna be the way, I think. That's what I've done so far in Stories of the Dreaming World. Because there's one of the stories that happens in one of the places of the Dreaming World. And in that place, they do mention about two separate places outside of the one that shows up. I added it in like small interactions and descriptions. But it's just like an environment thing. It's not something that's mentioned directly during what is happening. It's just there in the background. So if you want to see it, then you can see it, and if you don't, it doesn't change anything in the experience. Just an additional thing. I feel like it's gonna work a lot better when there's more stories and a more good picture of the place, but it's a start. I like adding little details like that. It's one of the things that I have to give to Genshin, for example. Genshin does have a very, very, very big lore. It adds a lot of depth to its lore and hides all the details in the tiniest of places, which is kind of a mess when it comes to storytelling, but the lore is there. And once you start looking at like timelines of the world, it's like, wait, all that was in the background? Like all of that is part of the world? What? And now that they have started exploring it in the main story, it's like, wait, it's not just something that was in the background, like this is actually relevant. I want to be able to do something like that, but a bit more a bit less confusing to reach, I guess. I don't know. I'm still at the beginning of all of that, so it's all the things I want to do with the Stories of the Dreaming World are kind of ambitious. But by the way, if you guys want to read what is there available so far, here it is. It's pending a revamp, by the way. I'm gonna be revamping it when I can, when I'm not so swamped with work. But there's a bunch of stories that can be read, and they have to do with this world. With the Dreaming World. Yay! There are some things that are gonna be more relevant eventually. About these characters. Like, maybe I'm doing it the wrong way, because making a story about the world itself, I don't know how interesting it can be. But I want the story to come out as what I want to tell and not like shaping it as something just because, oh, this could be popular. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I want it to be popular. I just want people to enjoy it, I guess. I just wanna write what is inside my brain and share it eventually. Kinda scary. Think about something becoming too popular. I've seen what happens to to like indie games that become too popular, nosis that become too popular, and it's kinda scary. Yomi, cuidado, no! Se viene un meteorito. Oh. Yo, Tetera, ¿qué tal? Bienvenido. Sí, pero no a la vez. Sí, es como, las cosas positivas bien, pero luego están las cosas negativas. Es como, quizá no. Quizá las negativas son un poco demasiado negativas. Maybe the negative parts are a little bit too negative. It's kind of scary. Think about like fandom. Okay, let's see. Because these are something so personal that sometimes it's scary to think about a character becoming so popular that I don't know, in a way it stops being only your character. It's also like a character that other people end up getting very attached to. Maybe sometimes even gets misinterpreted, because that's something that happens to a lot of characters in a lot of series and games. It's like, reading comprehension sometimes is not at its best. And it's kind of scary to have like a character being misinterpreted. No quiero terminar como Tobias Zorro. Es que da mucho miedo, pensarlo. Como de verdad quiero acabar así, quizá no. Por un lado es como, está cool, porque, qué sé, por ejemplo, podría vivir de mis creaciones y eso siempre está bien. Pero por otro lado, es algo tan personal que da un poco de miedo. Like, on one hand, it would be really nice to be able to live from my creations. Because, you know, in this economy, we gotta think about that, unfortunately. In this economy, we gotta live from something. And what better than the things that I like to do, you know? But at the same time, how much is it worth it? Just something to think about. At least I'm not there at the moment, so I'm not so worried about it right now. But the possibility is kind of scary. Shadow over here. That's a bit too red. Okay, this one looks good. Maybe not. Maybe it's still a little bit. There we go. Speaking of Toby Fox, I can't wait to play Deltarune. I need to replay chapters 1 and 2 once I get the Steam version. Because I played the first 2 chapters on the web version, the one that was posted in the website. So now that it's available on Steam, I guess I would have to replay it to be able to have my saves again. So when I can get the game, I might replay them on stream since I'm at it. We'll see. Eventually. put lines. There we go. Maybe these ones? Is this in the shadow? We're gonna make these lines a bit darker. There we go. Sometimes it adds a lot to have the inside of the clothes have a pattern instead of the outside. Looks nice. I'm very happy with this character's design, honestly. Me gusta mucho cómo quedó su diseño. There. Okay, let's save. Make these ones a little bit better. Let's add a bit of a like 4, 5. Okay. Bit of shadow for the pants. For the shoes, I think it's gonna look nice if they are a little bit shiny, so let's add a tiny little light to them. Just a tiny little light already adds a lot, I feel. Maybe we can even add of this shadow. Oh, now I see all the shadow mistakes. No. This is why you don't zoom in. You shouldn't zoom in when it comes to drawing. I never learned my lesson. Zooming in is forbidden. You shouldn't. If I zoom in, I'm gonna see all the mistakes. We don't need that. The mistakes are irrelevant. They are not noticeable. If you don't notice something unless you zoom in, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it's not that important, you know? I wanna believe that. Okay, let's start painting some of the lines. Maybe it's not gonna take that long. Wait, first of all, to the shine of the metal first. Con afro. Grande Bob Ross. Siempre hay que seguir sus consejos. Gotta follow his advice. Yo, Cooperador, welcome! Lines are shaking wavy. You can make that part of your style. Like, oh, something that can help is maybe... Have you tried changing the stabilizer of the program? Because that can help a lot. Unless you're drawing on traditional, because that's also a possibility. If you're drawing on digital, you can try maybe changing the stabilizer. it helps keep the lines a lot more smooth, and it does help a lot. It's not bad! Shaky doesn't necessarily have to mean bad. Like, I can think of, like, doodles that I have seen, drawings that I have seen that are, like, for example, made only on pencil, that had, like, very wavy lines, but the shapes were still really, really noticeable, and they were really good. Anything can be made part of a style. Picturing this zoom in stuff as good Pixel Yomi or evil Pixel Yomi whispering in Gardenia's shoulder. That's true. They are on her sides, like the angel and the demon. I can be your devil or your angel. Yeah, stabilizer sometimes also adds a lot of lag. Maybe you can try making shorter lines. Like, instead of making the one very long line, you can try to make it bit by bit. And then you can try polishing that line. Because the problem that happens sometimes when making lines bit by bit is that they end up being not so smooth, but you can always use the eraser to clean them up like this afterwards. Then you end up with a more smooth looking line. That can maybe help with the curves. A clean line art doesn't necessarily mean it's automatically good. If you zoom on a lot of really popular and famous artists' line art, it's usually pretty messy. That's very true. I really like when that happens. Like, zooming in and seeing that the drawing is actually, like, the lines are open, nothing is connected, lots of parts of the drawing are just blobs of paint. That's fascinating. I love that. I want to learn how to do that because I'm pretty sure that it saves so much time when drawing. And it still looks really, really good from far away. Like, they know exactly where to put each blob of paint, which is amazing. It reminds me a lot of how, like, classic painters painted a lot of the time. Like, oh, this is... I have shown this a lot of times, I feel, but there's my favorite classic painter, the Atkinson Grimshaw. His paintings look super atmospheric, super realistic, like the vibes are immaculate. But then you zoom in and see all the brush strokes, and I'm always like, wow. Let me see if I can find any of the paintings in good quality. I think this one, let me see. Look at these. Like, you see this from far away and it's like, wow. Holy shit. But then you look up close. Okay, this one's not in such a good quality. I need to find one in better quality because... wow. Hope I can find a good quality, please. Even if it's another painting. Oh, I think it's this one. Why are none of them in good quality? Ah, let me see one in good quality. Oh, this one would be perfect, but it doesn't let me see only the image in the website. Oh, now. This one is a perfect example. Hold on. This one! This one's a perfect example, like look at this. Again, painting by John Atkinson Grimshaw. It looks really cool from far away. It's super atmospheric, the feeling of the water. It's super realistic. But then you look up close. Did you see that? These are literally just circles of paint. They're blobs of paint from close up, like... This has me speechless. Every time I zoom in, I'm tearing up, okay? I see this and I'm tearing up. Look at that. So good. Look at that. Look at the texture in here. It's just absolutely messy blobs of paint. It's incredible. Even here the clouds, look at that. Literal le pegó pinceladas con enojo, es que las pinceladas son increíbles, me parecen una pasada. Mirad la pared. Mirad la pared. Look at the wall. Like you can perfectly see the texture of the wall from here. It just looks like a kinda slightly overgrown wall with a bit of moss in it, perhaps even. You can see a little bit of the what's the word for the bricks? A little bit of the bricks. Then you zoom in, and it's like an absolute mess of brush strokes. It's incredible. Look at the fence. Not even the lines of the fence are perfect. These lines are not straight, and yet. It doesn't matter because you don't look at it from up close. You see it from far away. And even the branches of the trees, like there's these light lines that make it seem like the branches of the trees that are like illuminated by the moonlight, but it's just lines. It's literally just lines. They are just placed in the perfect place. But they are just lines. Very short, tiny lines. They are not even connected to the trees a lot of times. It's incredible! Like, wow! Look at that! Look at that! These brush strokes! They are going like these! Son garabatos. Pero se ve tan bien. Wow, es que me encanta. I love it. I could stare at this painting for so long, guys. Like, wow. I aspire to be able to do something like this. Aspiro a poder hacer algo así, la verdad. Me parece increíble. Podría pasarme horas mirando esta pintura. Pero tenemos que continuar, hay muchos chivis por hacer. A ver... Seguir pintando las líneas. Quiero hacer como muchos más artes de entornos. Siento que sería muy guay. I really want to do more environment painting. I think that would be really cool. I want to master that so much. My favorite artist, Mochizuki Kei, seems to have like super clean line art every time. Most of their sketches is actually really messy. Like from afar it looks amazing, but when you zoom in, the lines are not even connected. I love when artists do that with the lines. Because another thing that really helps with that is drawing on a very big canvas, which is something I've been trying to get used to a lot more in the last months especially. Drawing on a big canvas really makes you care less about the tiny details. I think it's a really important thing. It's something that it's kind of hard to learn because I was so used to drawing on super tiny canvases. Some of my old drawings were done on canvas less than 1,000 pixels wide. I would draw in such tiny canvases that I ended up like painting things as if I was doing pixel art. It was really not the best way. But I think learning to paint on bigger canvases has been one of the best decisions I have made. Another thing that really helps with the line arts that I have been trying to learn a lot more is maybe line weights. Line weights also really add a lot to a line art, because line arting the entire thing with the same size of brush makes it feel very samey. Sometimes you need to think more about what you're seeing than what the shape really is. There was a video that I was meaning to watch that I saw in a tweet recently, but I haven't watched it yet. And it was about learning to paint learning to draw what you see instead of what the shape is like. And I think the thumbnail there was like the same drawing of like a building far away, and one of the drawing had like all the bricks drawn. The other one only had like some lines of the bricks drawn, but it felt a lot more like clean and I would say realistic. Not to say that one way is better than the other, because I think it can work also in the other way. It depends on the style in the end. It always depends on the style. Every artist does things differently, but I thought that was really interesting. I think it fits more with how I wanna draw things, and I really wanna learn to do that a lot better. Drawing more like the thing that you see rather than the shape. Yep. So hard to get used to big canvases when you're used to drawing on like 1,000, 4,000 at the best. Yeah, that's what I did too. It was not the best decision, because then also when you want to pose a drawing and you want to like lower the resolution, how much do you lower it? It's you end up with like a tiny, super tiny square. I was like, I can't reduce it anymore. It's already so small. Use any stabilization? Yeah, I use stabilizer 10. That's the one that I've been using on Sai. I think in Clip Studio I use less stabilizer. I'm used to having a bigger stabilizer here on Sai because I like doing more like flat colors like the chibis. Nowadays for painting I use Clip Studio mostly. Like I rarely use Sai for my illustrations anymore because I've gotten used to the brushes in Clip Studio and I love them a lot, and I don't have those brushes here in Sai. But here, since I try to do more clean, tiny drawings that don't have much render, they are just like flat colors and shadows, I keep a higher stabilizer here. What's this? A picture for ants? So true! I think I can find some of them on my DeviantArt. Wait. Since I've got my DeviantArt open right from earlier, I can find some of my very old drawings that were so tiny. Let's see. Oh, this one, for example. How big is this one? Oh my god, this is so small. This is the actual size of the drawing, guys. This is the actual size of the drawing. You know how big this is? Or how small this is? More like 650 for 450 pixels. This is how I used to paint things. Why is it so small? Why is it so small? It's quite terrible. Like, the drawing is really pretty, I still really like a lot. I love how the background colors ended up. I would try redoing this drawing, maybe. There's a lot of old arts that I think could be really interesting to redo, because I really like how I did some things, and I feel like I could do them even better nowadays. But the size is so small. There's also this one. This one's also quite small, I think. Actually, not so much. Let me see if I can... This one's a bit bigger, but it's also quite old. It's still small though. This is still small, but I really like how the clouds turned out. This one's kind of cute. Yeah. I feel like I used to draw a lot more surreal stuff, and I want to go back to that. This drawing is actually, wait, I haven't checked how old it is. Oh! It's from 2013. That was from 2013. Oh, this one. This one was also one that I really liked a lot. You see, it's still so tiny. Literally drawing for ants. This is literally a drawing for ants. Like, what is going on here? I like this one a lot. I really like how it turned out. But no one can see these tiny details. This was pixel art at this point. Right now it's a lot less visible because of the JPEG compression, but it's not so different from how I was painting these. This one is same size as the first one that I showed. I really like the colors that I used in this one. Like the reds really stand out. I feel like I could do something really cool with this sort of idea nowadays. Once art fight is over, I'm gonna keep trying to explore my old style some more. So far, ever since I did that day of self-reflection on, hey, I want my style to be like this, it has really helped a lot. I feel like I'm slowly going the direction I really want to go. Also, what Noah said about like painting on top of the drawing, that also really helps a lot. I really recommend that too. Overpaint is key. Because a line art doesn't have to be the final lines of the drawing. One good thing about digital, and also of like traditional paints, is that you can paint on top of the drawing. You can, if there's something that you don't like or want to fix, you can just paint over everything. No one can stop you. And you can fix anything with that. I really recommend doing that. Se acaba art fight antes que el calor. Se va a acabar art fight antes que el calor. Eso es lo peor. Worst thing is that art fight is gonna end before the heat wave ends. That is true. That will happen. Unfortunately. Please no more. No more heat wave. Okay, let's now paint lines of the gold. And I love art. Art is so fun. I love art. Manda sola que está lloviendo. Por favor, manda lluvia, te la cambio. Os cambio el sol que hay aquí por la lluvia cualquier día. Echo de menos la lluvia. No ha llovido en mucho tiempo. It hasn't rained here in so long, and I miss the rain. Lost so much time because of this godforsaken heat wave. Yeah, time and sleep, which is also horrible. It's so hard to sleep and just do anything in this heat wave. And you've had it worse. You've had it so much worse than in Spain. Well, in some places of Spain, I think we've also reached very high temperatures, but fortunately in Catalonia not. We're kinda a bit lucky in that sense. It's so much worse in central Spain and southern Spain. Okay, we're mostly done. Wait, did I paint the face? Why I did? Never mind. 42 degrees! I hate that. You were literally in hell. Literally getting cooked. Oh, pain. That's it. We have to destroy the sun. Eyebrows. I think we're nearly done actually. I'm gonna add a bit more of a touch of color to the feather. Like here, for example. If I make a slightly lighter color, I think it's gonna add a nice touch of color. And this one a bit better. There's a cat! Temi! Funny thing about Temi, she has taken a liking lately to sleeping on my nightstand, my side desk. And she sleeps in a very funny position. She likes sleeping like with her belly up. It's really funny. I keep finding her in the night desk, lying down like that, and she looks so silly. You're so silly. You're a silly creature. You're such a silly creature. You're so silly. What's up? Cute. You're so cute. Es un creature. Es una criatura. Ahora mi gata, bueno, una de mis gatas, está acostumbrada a dormir panza arriba en mi mesita de noche. That's actually a very serious sleeping pose, your cat would tell you personally. I'm sure she has told me already, because she talks to me sometimes. Only sometimes, because she's really quiet most of the time, but sometimes she does meow. She does meow a little bit. She tells me a lot of things. But I don't understand her because I don't speak cat. I tell her every time, but she still insists. There's just a little miscommunication between us. Es la criatura. Dios mío, la criatura. They are such criaturas. ¿No que hablabas catalán? Hablo otro dialecto, no, a ellos no les entiendo. I speak Catalan, but it's a different dialect, so I don't understand them. Okay, I think we're nearly done actually. Shouldn't take much longer. Got some shadow here in the fingers. Here in the other fingers. Is it even noticeable? I don't think it's even noticeable, but I was painting the, the lines instead. Oops. Yep. I have to paint here. There we go. Yeah, I zoom in and now I see all these tiny pixels that I haven't painted. Even that, it bothers me. There we go. Okay. Thing is alright, last thing is gonna be adding the star pattern. Gonna take no time. Save. That's also like the entire cape of stars, because here maybe we might need some extra. Wait. I think the scroll is a little bit bigger, so we're gonna have to put it like this. And the other side, we can copy paste it over here. Right. This. It's done. Let's go! Another chibi finished! And now remove reference. Save. Now, update UC count. 153. Highlight though. Probably don't need to add much of a highlight in this case, because they've got textured hair, so it's not as reflective. Maybe we can add a light bit of it. Kind of like we did with the previous character's hair, that also didn't have much in terms of highlights. We can add a little bit like this. Maybe not. Let me actually search for references to see how the light. It's not super reflective. Well, it is quite reflective, but in the braids themselves. Maybe a little bit we can add. It's gonna be more of a circular highlight. Something more like this. There we go. Now it looks a little bit more complete. And add a bit over here. There we go. Sí, he estado guardando, no os preocupéis. He aprendido mi lección. I have learned my lesson and I have been saving all this time. Yomi Gardenia always chilling in there, but she's surrounded by the pixel Yomis. Her angel and her devil. Devil? Devil, I guess. Okay, next one. Time for burp. Burp time. Oh no, I'm already seeing unpainted spots. No! Why does this keep happening? For this one, I'm not too sure about what her place is gonna be in the world. I know that she lives in a place with very tall mountains, but I haven't developed that place much. There's still a lot of places that I haven't thought that much about. But she's vulture themed, which is not something that you see often. This demon is originally depicted as a vulture, and I thought that was a very interesting concept. Yeah, I'm glad you like her. I like her design a lot. Someday I'll find what to do with her. For now, she's just there in the background. In a way, she's like the guardian of birds. You have a lot of bird characters in this list, by the way. Every time I think about it, it's like, wait, that's a lot of birds. In this page alone. Like, this guy is also bird themed, actually. You know, the feathers. And then also another bird here. This guy is also sort of bird themed too, more of like an owl. But it's not that obvious. Let's pause a moment to say hi to Greg, by the way. Hi, Greg. And there's some more. This entire first row is all birds, by the way. These four. These are all birds. All of these. Here. We got any birds here? I don't think we have any birds here. Oh yeah, well, sort of. This guy is also like an owl of sorts. And then... what do I have to say? Still bird themed in a way. I guess that's all of them. That's all the birds there are here. Still a lot of birds. It's fun to make bird characters, in my defense. Technically not my fault. I'm just following the depictions of the demons. So... the amount of birds is just because that's how many there are in the Ars Goetia. And there's probably even more. But I haven't made them birds. But they are. Originally. I went with mostly how my imagination visualized them. It's been really fun to try to draw my ticks on them. Faltan más aves, hay que poner más pájaros. Contando mis OCs normales, los de la lista normal, hay aún más pájaros. If we count the OCs in the main list, there's even more birds, so... I have a lot of bird characters. Yeah, sadly no plans with this character so far. I gotta keep doing my world building eventually. You never know. Instead of purple, they should be more... Oh, look at the saturated gray. Ah! These are the feathers inside the wing. I hope eventually that by putting together all the stories I want to make, the world will make some amount of sense. Yeah, let's do the horns too. And I guess the hand. I'm gonna paint the inside of the hand, this way it makes contrast with the fingers. His leg is gonna be special, this foot specifically, because that's where the starry pattern is gonna go. Her gift is the talons. What is that? What did I put here? Is that the belt? What, maybe? You only put it on one side and not on the other. What was I thinking? Oh well. It's not visible on one side, because I say so. I didn't notice until now, so how important can it be? Can't be that important if I forgot. Shadow over here. Got some shadow inside the hole. One thing I've been trying to do with all of these characters is giving them different horn shapes. It's really difficult from some point onwards. At some point, I feel like I keep running out of horn shapes. I have probably repeated some of them without realizing. It's kinda hard. Kinda hard to give them different ones. At some point I thought about making the horns a bit more, like, relevant. Like, for example, that people from the dreaming world that have something to do with these demons also get horns in the same shape as them. That could be interesting. But then I realized that I already had a lot of characters with similar horn designs, with demons that had nothing to do with them, so the idea was discarded. Temi! Hello, Temi! I put a Temi in the back of my chair. Yep, Temi. Yep. She left. She was just passing by. Better to pass, like, to the back of the chair than in front of my face. She also does that sometimes. She doesn't care that I'm doing something, that I need to look at the screen or something like that. She will step on the tablet if she has to. She looks sort of cute with the lights. Oh my god, look at that. Oh no. She's no longer menacing now. Maybe we have to do this without the lights. I think she looks better like this, without the lights. She looks too cute with them. Se ve demasiado adorable si le ponemos las luces. Creo que era mejor así. Tiene como más impacto. Como que hay algo un poco extraño. Se ve más peligrosa. Looks a lot more dangerous like this. One thing that I do know about her though is that she's mute. Does not speak. Communicates through gestures. No creo que un chibi esté hecho para ser amenazante. Bueno, no sé, ¿eh? Yo la veo bastante amenazante ahora mismo. Quizá porque estoy acostumbrada. He dibujado demasiados chibis ya. I've drawn so many chibis that I'm used to it. I can even imagine chibi grandpas at this point. Oh yeah, let's check out the pixel art. I don't want to forget anything from the wings. Es adorablemente amenazante, yo creo. She's adorably menacing, I think. Sort of a mix between wings and cape, because then there's this kind of frill thing in between. Like, how does that work? If this is wings, sort of wing cape. here? Feathered flesh frills. The concept of flesh frills is interesting, I have to say, for like body horror themes. You know, with the revisiting of my old style, sometimes I think about my old body horror era. How sometimes I want to go back to that and draw something a little bit weird like that. But I keep thinking that maybe it's a little bit too different compared to what I draw nowadays. I'm always like a bit hesitant on that. But maybe I'll try at some point. And the concept of flesh reels is interesting. Maybe I should. Like, it's a bit embarrassing nowadays, like, wow. Have I deviated too much from that? Maybe by slowly going back to my surreal roots, it would be easier to go back to that. It was fun. Body horror was fun to draw. Maybe I should, yeah, maybe I should. Gotta recover my imagination for that. I feel like I think one of the reasons why I kinda stopped drawing so much body horror was because it was starting to feel a bit samey. Like, I feel like I have drawn it all now. Like, I feel like I always end up going to the same things. None of this feels new anymore. I've already drawn all the body horrors there are to draw. I ended up falling on the same usual things. ¿Calabres con lenguas en vez de ojos? Creo que no. Suena hasta gracioso en realidad, ¿eh? No lo he dibujado todo, quizás. Maybe I haven't drawn it all. Yeah, now that I'm trying to go back to my roots, it's one of the things that I could revisit. Would help. This maybe... Let me check in my old DeviantArt because... pretty sure that there are some... Oh yeah, there are some of my old drawings. I used to draw stuff that was a lot more surreal, like some of the things that I showed earlier. And also some of my weird character designs from that era. There's some OCs in the challenge that are kind of a good example of that. Let me see. Again, like for example, lady over here. This is a good example of that sorts of character designs. This one kinda too. She has changed a little bit from how she used to be before, but she's still more or less on that line. Also the Cyclopses. They're kinda also from that time. Nowadays, I feel like I end up drawing a lot cuter stuff. Oh, I like this red for the hair. Ah, I like how it stands out. Nice stitch makeup. Yeah, it looks realistic, right? Makeup. Yeah. Those characters are from a story that I want to make eventually. It's probably one of the oldest projects that I have in mind. It has changed quite a bit along the years, but I think the form that it has right now, I think it could work. I probably have had it since when I first thought about the stairway, like the first iterations of the stairway actually, which was my very first game. That's how long that story has been in my mind. Yo, both of you, welcome! How's it going? Welcome to the stream. There were a lot of weird characters in that story. Eventually I still want to make it. It is mostly planned, but I've never really continued working on it. Yo-hooo, welcome! What? I never said anything about drugs, what? What did I say? ¿Qué he dicho? Welcome to the stream. I did not talk about drugs for the record. Started mentioning steroids? Asteroids? You mean like the meteorites? Did I even mention them recently? I don't know, my English is weird. I may have said something that sounded like something else. Happens often. But for the record, I was not talking about drugs. Steroids? There's screams for that. I don't know, I guess it depends on how big the asteroid is. Depending on how big the asteroid is, there might be no cream to fix that. By the way, totally unrelated, I released a visual novel the other day. If you haven't checked it out, you can find it in the link pinned in the chat. It's very, very short. I made it for a game jam the other day. Again, completely unrelated. ¡Yay! ¡Le pusiste 5 estrellas! ¡Gracias! ¿Qué tal estuvo? Sin spoilers. La escribí bastante rápido porque la Game Jam tenía bastante límite de tiempo. Pero me salió bastante rápido. La verdad, terminé unos cuantos días antes de que llegara el último día. Que creo que es hoy el último día. I think today is the last day of the Game Jam. I was able to finish it pretty early. Close on finishing the OCs? Yeah, we're at less than 100 OCs left. We're getting closer and closer to the end of the list. It feels really surreal. Muchas gracias. No hay obligación de ponerle rating ni nada, pero lo agradezco mucho. Sería interesante aprender más de Renpai para poder manejarlo un poco mejor y además poder hacer que se pueda leer en la misma página de itch.io. No hace falta descargarlo para poder leerlo. Es el primer proyecto que consigo que eso se pueda hacer. the first project that I managed to make it work in the page itself rather than having to download it, so another nice thing about Rampai lets me do that. Now I feel a lot more prepared to make bigger visual novels. Time to continue, thread days. Thank you so much for reading the visual novel, by the way. I appreciate it a lot. It's a bit of a... It's a bit depressing, but I hope it's enjoyable regardless. Oh, it's pronounced Rampi. I usually pronounce it Rampai because the pi is from Python. So I guess it is Rampai. I could be wrong though, maybe it is Rampi. Could be. I mean, it's not like it's a real word, so... There's only the creators can say how it is really pronounced. Bit of a lighter color here for these lines. Yeah, I guess it was because of that, yeah. It uses Python. Makes sense. The creator of the GIF pronounces it incorrectly? What? That's so wrong. It's clearly GIF. Nice. It was nice to try something different from RPG Maker. I'm so used to RPG Maker. But Rampai was really easy to learn. It's got very good tutorials, even in the program itself. And the way to use it is quite intuitive too. For anyone looking to make visual novels, I really recommend it. There's another short visual novel, by the way, that I wanted to make. I've got it all written, actually. Very tiny one. But I haven't done the art of it or anything. Now that I have finished the Jam one, maybe I'll just get one day to work on the art for this other one. Because it's I swear, it's completely written. All the text is there. All that I need to do is make the art in it. I have so many things on the works. Why can't I hold all these characters and projects? I don't have enough hands. Here. I have an idea. I'm gonna take like an in-between color between the tip of the feathers, the brown part of the feather, and I'm gonna paint this line in between so it makes a nice gradient. Me, what have I done? I'm the Yomi. Here. Do bird people have hollow bones? That's a very good question, actually. Maybe they do. This way, it would make sense that they can fly. Do we think about bird logistics? They should have hollow bones. They work in mysterious ways. Technically their wings would also have to be much bigger to be able to lift their weight, I guess. If you think about it, in proportion, the wings of a bird compared to their bodies are super big. Then no, birds have different lung mechanisms? What? How do they work? The more I find out about birds, the more that meme of like, what are birds? We just don't know. The more real it becomes. Okay. All that's left is the inside of these. I think we can do this with some nice gradient. Oh yeah, tengo agua. Hay que ir hidratándose. Stay hydrated, everyone. Me included. Birds are so cool. To think that they are what remains of dinosaurs. Oh, I played a game not long ago. One that was given for free on Epic. That's called what's the title? I think it was in English because I played it in Spanish. It was Alba Wildlife Adventure. It was a very cute game that I swear I would have loved that game so much years ago. I would have been super obsessed with it as a kid. And it had a lot of birds. It was about taking photos of animals. And most of the animals are birds. It was so cute. Super cute. Bye bye, Ernest! Thank you so much for coming! see. Oh wait. Technically here should be this other color. ¡Yo-hooo! ¿Qué tal? Y estamos avanzando los doces. Ya casi termino una más. Hoy estoy yendo más rápida que el otro día. El otro día solo hice 3. Creo que hoy podemos hacer 4. I think today we can do 4 of them. Yeah. We're almost done. It was really educational. It had like this animal guide that the more photos you take of the animals, the more complete it gets, and it shows you like the songs of the birds, like what sound they make, where you can find them. It was really cute. It also helped that it's the game happens in a place of Spain, in the País Valencià. So everything felt pretty familiar to how some things are here in Catalonia too. It is quite similar. It felt really familiar. Okay, I think we're done with this one. Wait, almost. We're almost done. There's still a couple things to add. Okay, only one thing left to do. We're gonna grab our pattern. Gotta put it here specifically. Gonna put it here. I could put it here too, but I don't know. I feel like putting it only in one of them already works, sort of. I think maybe putting it in both of them could be a bit too much. I think here it's fine. Like it's only in the soul. Like this. And even add some more. There we go. I'm definitely leaving her without light in the eyes because I think it looks a lot more striking like this. I like. Okay, we're not gonna get rid of the reference yet because we've got the next guy right here. First, let's update the OC count. 154. Feels very nice to be able to just update the OC count one after another. It was a good decision to make like everyone and then finishing everyone all at once. Okay, let's go. This will be probably the last one for today. So let's finish one more. This guy, I do have some more things about him. Guy is in charge of a place for divination. It's a place in the like the part of the dreaming world where a lot of witches live. There's a bit of a very relevant story, and it's that the witches of the dreaming world have been displaced from where they used to be because of something that happened in their city. So now they have all scattered around in the domains around the original domain, and some others that are a bit more far away. This is one of the places. Personaje con una máscara se parecía bastante a los maestros perdidos del Kingdom Hearts. Wait, ¿quién? ¿Qué personaje? ¿En la otra página quizás? Got some more shadows. I added some extra details to this character because the hair used to be slightly different before. It used to be a bit shorter, but there was another design that I made a long time ago that I wanted to reuse a little bit. So I'm adding some things of that design to this guy. Let me see if I can find it actually. See. Like a long time ago, for like a Tumblr ask thingy, I was suggested to draw like a visual gay-ish design, and this is the design that came out. This was an OC for some time, and then I realized that he didn't even have any backstory. It just was a design with a name, so I removed him from the list. So I wanted to reuse some things of this design for this character, so we're gonna be adding some stuff of that. Yeah. The outfit is still different, but we can still take some things, for example the colored streaks of the hair. I think that could be nice to keep it. Absolutely not biased. I'm really happy with how the design turned out, honestly. Like the colors, the outfit and everything. I hesitated on removing this character from the list because I really liked how it looked, but I was just not gonna use it for anything, so might as well rescue it a little bit for a character that will stay, so yeah. If we make the streaks a little bit darker, could even add them over here. I don't have that many characters with like multicolored hair, and sometimes it adds a nice touch. Oh, it's this. Sometimes you gotta strip a character to dress up another. True. What can I say other than true? It's something I do very often because sometimes I really like some of my old designs that I'm not using for anything, and then I realize that I have OCs that I am gonna use for something that look kinda similar, but don't have such a good of a drip as the characters that I'm not using for anything. So I'm like, what if I just mix them together, you know? I mix them together to keep only the strength of both designs and personality and backstory, and that tends to end up in a much better result than keeping both characters. If you can mix them, why keep them separate? You can have a very good one character or two incomplete characters. It's like the would you rather have $1 or $2, but the $1 option is better. It's a very special $1 if you think about it. Conozco ese meme, sí, me hace mucha gracia en realidad. I know that meme, it's actually really funny. You'd rather have $1 or $2. The King of Fighter. Wait, es el señor ese que sale en el meme, que es como cuadrado, ¿no? No sé quién es. Solo lo he visto en ese meme. I've only seen that character in that meme. I wonder actually how the design would look with this kind of dirty gold. Yo-hooo Crumpets! Welcome! How's it going? Huh. Actually, wait, maybe we're cooking. What do you think? Is it better like this? Huh. I have an idea. I don't know how it's gonna work out. What if gradient? We can keep both colors. Yay, new phone! Enjoy your new phone! I'm glad to hear that. Older than my old phone. As long as it works better. That's the important thing. Steve de Minecraft, él es el cuadrado. ¿Prefieres tener un diamante o dos diamantes? Would you rather have one diamond or two diamonds? Maybe it's not so bad like this. One lava chicken or two. You'll use it to remind Nick and Yo-hooo. Yippee! Yo-hooo! Maybe sometimes being able to Yo-hooo is good enough. Actually, maybe I think it balances out the color a bit better with the other option. I'll keep it like this, I think. It makes the other gold part stand out more. I think I'm gonna keep the gold. Silver was nice, but the gold adds a very nice contrast that I think the design sort of needs. We make it a bit brighter like this. By the way, here comes the occasional reminder in case you haven't heard. Now, with Lean and Lime, we have a Discord server for art. So if you guys want to join and keep up with the newest arts that we make, so they don't get lost in the abyss of social media, you can find the invite in the description. to this OC. Why is the OC not blonde? Because this is another OC's design. But I wanted to reuse this design because this OC is no longer in the list. And I wanted to reuse the design for something. So I'm sort of fusing him with this other design. This character was never blonde to begin with. I'm just mixing them together. It's, you know, that meme that is like fused or died. Here, they are fusing. I'm stealing his identity to give him a better drip. It and stole its drip. The drip is the only thing that remains. I had to. It was a way to keep the OC's memory alive. First generation OC. Like, why keep an OC that has no backstory or any content at all when I can just reuse their design for a character that does, that needs a little bit of a better design? Better to fuse the two characters into one. Shadow here. Earlier we were talking about how a lot of these characters are birds. This character is part of another subgroup of characters of this list, where they are all horses. This guy doesn't really look like it, but this guy is a horse. The original demon is a horse. He's got a bit of Uma DNA. Yep, hay que fusionarlos para que se vuelvan más fuertes y tengan mejor drip. Get the shadow color for these. This character also ponders the orb. He's got an orb. ¡José Pollo! En realidad tengo uno. Bueno, tenía uno. Ahora mismo no sé si tengo ninguno que tenga como específica temática de pollo, pero tengo una OC que es un hada que vive en un corral de pollos. Y su mejor amigo es un pollo. I have this OC that is a fairy that lives in a chicken coop, and her best friend is a chicken, a very angry chicken. The fairy is also very angry, so they are just angry together. Had them for a very long time. That's the kind of character I could never get rid of because I'm so attached to them that it feels wrong to remove them. Maybe someday I'll do something with them, who knows? Never gets to have a fair chance at the romance. She's more of a sheeper. Her shipping is stronger than her yearning. Sometimes it's funny to just think about random ideas just for the fun of it. La historia de mis tías que inventas. Me gustaba mucho pensar en historias de las que yo tampoco había escuchado nunca nada. Siempre me ha gustado como pensar en historias así. Personajes que dices, ¿de quién se le ocurre esto? Como el hombre silla, no sé si os acordáis del hombre silla. I don't know if you guys remember Chairman. Chairman was like the first fan favorite of this list. Of my OC list. En su momento Chairman fue como el favorito de esta lista. Para todo el mundo. Es un hombre silla, literalmente. Un hombre que es medio silla. Name is Chairman because he's half man, half chair. I can show him to you actually, if you haven't seen him. Os lo puedo enseñar si no lo habéis visto. Wait. Hasta ahí. I wasn't kidding. He's half man, half chair. Yo lo dije, no mentía. Es medio hombre, medio silla. This is a character, one of the characters of all time, yeah. Es uno de los personajes de todos los tiempos. Tengo definitivamente personajes. I definitely have characters of some sort. Kagu. Furniture. Literal furniture in this case. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was just thinking, silly pun name. Chairman is crazy. Yo, manly plan. Past me took the name literally. I was like, this word is sort of funny. What if I made a character that was literally that? That's how Chairman was born. I probably had some more ideas along the years that have this same vibe. But right now this is the first one that I can think of. Oh, Demi's here! Hello, Demi! Demi's sitting in the drawer of my desk. I like keeping the drawer open because this way I can lean my arm on it, but it always ends up being... It's too cat-shaped for the cats not to sit in it. Demi. Not so soft, right? Her fur is extra soft lately. Oh, wait! Silly me! What have I done? I was distracted with the cat, but I didn't realize that I was painting on the wrong layer. I was blurring all the color streaks. Darker. I feel like this is... No le gana Dorman de Marvel. Nombre puerta. Es el que... Ahora me has dejado un poco en shock. Doorman. Is that a man who is a door? I feel like these are the sort of characters that Kojima would make. Kojima loves naming his characters something man and being like really literal with that. Voz de Bellboy es un niño campana. Da para muchas posibilidades eso. There's a lot of words that can be source of ideas like that. Es la puerta, se pega a las paredes y las personas pueden pasar por él. What? Literal, el hombre puerta. Literally, the doorman. The man who is a door. Let's do this in a lower layer under the colored hair streaks. The master of serious absurdness. At some point, you just have to nod and be like, yes, I believe that, Mr. Kojima. Yeah. Sounds legit. That was me during all of Death Stranding. I really like Death Stranding too, though. I ended up watching it entirely on YouTube, but it was really good. I wouldn't be brave enough to play it myself. It's scary. Get a slightly darker color for these. Imagine painting in the wrong layer. Yeah, who does that? Who makes that silly mistake? Metal Gear no, Metal Gear aún no, pero también lo tengo pendiente. Eventualmente también quiero echarle un ojo. Eventually I do wanna check out Metal Gear too. Engranaje de metal. Every Metal Gear 5 character is like that. Kojima's names are very literal sometimes. Have you guys seen the Find Your Kojima Name test by Brian David Gilbert? I don't remember what my Kojima name was, but I remember trying the test a while ago, and it was really funny. Doesn't look that good here. Like this, it's a bit better. That's true, there's a character named Otakon. I forgot about that. I forgot about that, but you're right. Only in a Kojima game. Just like some things can only happen in JoJo, some things can only happen in a Kojima game. I think maybe the inside of the hair can also make it colored like this. Yeah. Dice que es el nombre más chocante de ese juego. Te creo. Me lo creo completamente. I believe it. I believe it completely. I've always imagined this character having sometimes like the typical super shocked shoujo faces when he's like shocked. Very dramatic. It's one of the things that I could say about this character. The biggest drama queen in this page. No, Metal Slug tampoco. Tampoco he llegado a ver nada, ni jugarlo. ¿Ni historia, Metal Slug? Does Metal Slug have a story? There we go. Okay, what is left in here? The boots? And I guess the shoes too. %, historia, 99 pixel art nivel dios. Sí, el pixel art sí que he visto que es muy bueno. Very silly story. What is it about? Now I'm curious. I guess it can be like summarized a lot. Wanna see all the mistakes now while zooming in. Oh, be strong, Yomi. You don't have to try fixing everything. It's okay. I'll get it. Put this in all of the buttons. Story about adventures, aliens, references to war movies. Jude Baxter is a non-German painter guy trying to rule the world. Ah, I see. I understand. That's a lot of things for such a tiny story. A lot of things. What is this? There we go. There's another cat now! Hello, lady. Hey. He was also nice enough to go through the back of the chair and not in front of my face, stepping on the tablet in the process. Not anymore. Okay, okay. You're so cute. Okay, giving you a bit of attention. But I need to continue drawing. We're working on the last chibi of the day. See? That's the last chibi of the day, lady. You see that? That's what you're interrupting by being so cute. Got acquired. He doesn't want to stay here with me because it's really hot right now, though. They prefer to be on my lap on winter. Yeah, she's really talkative. She meows a lot. There was earlier another cat, but that one is really quiet. She barely meows. When she meows, she's super cute, and sometimes she sounds like a plastic toy. But this one is always really talkative. Needy! I'm needy. What's up? Wow. There are 3 cats right here. Where's the 4th one? Where is Litty? There's 3 out of my 4 cats in here right now. You call one cat and all of them come. Llamas a un gato y vienen todos. There's aliens! Incredible. It's kind of funny that it's called a regular army. What is the irregular army then? Me convertí en mi Gardenia, perdón. A veces me acerco demasiado. Sometimes I get too close. Okay, last things. I'm gonna get shadow for the horns. You board the rocket ship to stop the aliens. Va durísimo. Pensaba que iba de babosas de metal. I thought it was a game about metal slugs. Slugs made of metal. Turns out it wasn't. Nothing to do about slugs. Nothing to do with slugs. Okay, all that's left is between the lines, and we'll be done for today. Eso es solo el 1% de historia que tiene el juego. Eso es bastante, en realidad. If that's only the 1% of story there is in the game, that is still quite a lot. No tiene babosas, pero sí caracoles gigantes. Pero ¿cómo no va a tener babosas? Literalmente se llama babosa de metal. How is it not gonna have slugs if it's literally called a metal slug? The snails sort of count. Los metal slugs son los tanques. A mí no me engañan. Tienen que haber babosas. They don't fool me, there has to be slugs. We don't get enough slug representation. I used to have slug characters too, but I think I removed both of them from the list. Tenía a Cés Babosa, pero las quité a las 2 de la lista. Me gustaban mucho las 2 en diseño, pero no tenían nada de historia. I really liked both of them as like design-wise. but they didn't have any story or anything. Tamaño táctico, guau, encima táctico. Madre mía. Slugs and snails scare me. Understandable. They are kind of like, to have around. I don't really mind them much, but I can see why. They could, like, weird people out. I always remember those, the medieval drawings of knights fighting snails. I guess it's something that's been around for a long time. I think I've told this story, like, multiple times before, probably. I probably told this story before, yeah. I used to have these tomato plants years ago, and one day I realized that some of the leaves of the plants were getting eaten by something, so during the night, I went to check out on the plants, and I saw like 5 snails eating my tomato plants. So I took them and moved them to like plants far away from the tomatoes. And then sometime after, they were back. They were back to my tomato plants. I had to move them even farther away. I felt like the knights fighting snails in the paintings that day. El avatar del mal, va durísimo ya el nombre, sí. Hey, I think we're nearly done. Ya casi estamos. Wait, I forgot to paint legs. Me olvidaron las piernas. What did you end up doing with them if they kept coming back? In the end, they didn't come back after I moved them even farther away. I guess they found another plant that they enjoyed. But I checked and they never approached the tomatoes ever again. I guess they found another place to chill. Since then I haven't had any more snail troubles. What about the orb? The orb is gonna be the last thing. Because we're gonna put the starry pattern on the orb. Maybe this was a bit better. Left this hair, face, towards the orb. The tomatoes ended up being really good. I miss having tomato plants. It's really nice to grow your own food. Right now I have potatoes again. They are growing really nicely. Put a bit of hair texture here. Just a tiny bit. There we go. Now here, I'm gonna paint the eyebrow under the hair lighter. All that's left is the eye. I feel like the red in the eye turned out a little bit more pink, but it fits with the color scheme. As long as the eyes are red, it works. Because all the characters in this list have red eyes. It's a consistent thing between them. Okay. Would we get even some more detail? Maybe here. I have an idea. I don't know how this is gonna look, but we're gonna give it a try. Adding some borders. Maybe it was at the border itself. Your favorite series ever. It happens when time passes, things change. Sometimes some franchises aren't meant to be brought back. Convertirlo en gacha? Terrible. If they turn it into a gacha, then yeah, terrible mistake. Man. Not everything has to be a gacha! Why does everything have to be a gacha nowadays? Why? Okay, it doesn't look bad. How are we feeling about this? How do we feel about this? The border like this. Oh, wait a second. If we add some extra details. Is it too much? Maybe too much. I don't always like how it looks, but I'm not sure if it's better like this. Not here. It's just right like this? I guess it adds a bit more of a touch fanciness here. Let me try something. Yeah, that might work. It's in part also because I want to bring it a bit closer to how the other character's design was. To keep some more things from this older design. This character had a name, by the way. His name was Amadeus. Maybe I'm gonna reuse that name for something. Maybe we can leave it like this, yeah. I think like this it's fine. Yeah. Must... Let's leave it like this. We're gonna... Just to keep with the shapes, the rhombus shapes he's got all over the design. I guess we can leave it like this. No more touching the design. Let's only put the orb. Also get rid of the references. Let's now put starry pattern on the orb. Here. It almost kind of looks like the orb has some strange aura around it, with the smoke, the way that it kind of looks like smoke. There we go. I think this will be all for today. We finished 4 characters! Wait, we gotta update the OC count. 355. That means there's gonna be 5 more for next day, which aren't gonna be that complicated. I feel like a lot of the next designs are a lot more simple in terms of colors and shapes at least, so maybe we can finish all the others next day. And after that, there's only gonna be final page left. This guy's over here. List will be over. There's only gonna be the final list left. Can't believe that. So, I think we're gonna leave it here for today. It's been a productive day, more productive than last day. It's been 3 designs. No, 4 designs. 4 characters. Say good work. Hold on, let me stretch a little bit. What are we gonna do when we finish this list? There's only gonna be 1 more. I'm so not ready mentally. I think about it every time I see the OC count and I'm like, wow. Pain Monday is truly ending. I say, well, there is still like around a year left of it, but it already kind of feels like we're getting to the end. The number gets smaller and smaller every time, so wow. So, for now, this will be all for today. I will be back tomorrow, probably with some art fight, or maybe I'll be back on Thursday with more art fight. It depends on how the drawings I've got at the moment are going, and also if anything else comes up. I would also like to try streaming a little bit more of Hell Maiden later this week, because I would like to try the second stage on stream, because it's kicking my ass, and maybe we can make it a bit of a challenge to beat it on stream. This way I can show the rest of the game that I couldn't show last time. So yeah, the end of Yomi Jelly, no way. It's ending, guys. Pain Monday it's not ending yet. It's not ending yet. We still got Pain Monday for a long time. So do not worry. So, for now, this will be all for today. Reminder that if you want to join the Ghost Rock and UFO Discord for art that we've got with Lin and Lime, you can find the invite in the description. Want to keep up with what me and Lin and Lime are working on? Our newest art and newest projects and all that stuff? Feel free to join us. And There's also channels to share your art if you want, and also channels for art tips and sharing music and stuff. It has been really fun so far. So yeah, and also for those who haven't seen it, I didn't make a post about it on the community post, but I released a new visual novel, which it's been there in the chat. I cannot say up there in the chat anymore because the message now sounds below. It's below instead of up. It's there in the chat. It's pinned in the chat. Below in the chat. Whatever it is. I made a short visual novel for a game jam. It's like 5 minutes, so if you want to check it out, there it is. So, for now, thank you all so much for accompanying me today. Muchas gracias por acompañarme hoy. Me iré a descansar antes de que mi cerebro se derrita por el calor, porque ya empiezo a notar cómo me cuesta hablar y todo. I'm starting to feel my brain turn into puree. So I'll be taking a break before it melts completely. I'm starting to feel my difficulties when talking on stream. Take care, everyone, and I will see you next time. Cuidaos mucho y nos veremos a la próxima.